Welcome to Dayfaring NYC. Today we're trying to have a perfect day in New York City. We're talking a full itinerary. 3 meals, 2 museums, 1 live performance, an iconic New York location, a snack, coffee, drinks, all for $100 or less. Let's see if we can do it. All right, it's about 10:15 on a Wednesday morning, and we're on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Now, the fact that it's a Wednesday is important, but we'll return to that later. Our first stop of the day is for breakfast at the famous Gray's Papaya, known widely for their top-tier hot dogs at low-tier prices. And while you can get them for breakfast, Gray's offers an alternative in the form of a classic egg and cheese sandwich with your choice of ham or sausage, plus a coffee for just $3, which is a steal by city standards. Now, admittedly, the coffee is tiny and merely your standard deli drip, but the egg and cheese is exactly how you want it. Salt, pepper, and a slice of American cheese neatly tucked within the folds of the eggs. It's a time-honored, tasty way to start your day that is ready in, 30 seconds. With tax and $1 tip, the total comes to $4.27. After breakfast, we'll wander around the Upper West Side, a beautiful neighborhood with tree-lined streets and stately pre-war brownstones and townhouses. We'll crisscross our way north from 72nd up to 81st Street, taking time to admire the architecture and... Wait, is that wisteria? Sick. You can swing by for a quick glance of the Gilder Center lobby at the American Museum of Natural History, and also stop by Astro West, a shop specializing in, as it says on the sign, minerals, fossils, and meteorites. So, cool rocks. On Broadway, just south of 81st Street, you'll find Zabar's, an Upper West Side appetizing institution for all your lox, bagels, and babka needs. We're here today to look to the cookie, Elaine. The black and white cookie is a New York City staple, and Zabar's has one of the best. It's got distinct flavors of vanilla and chocolate. That's important. Harmoniously sharing the real estate atop a deliciously soft cookie. Now, some say William Greenberg Desserts, which is just a few blocks south of here, has the top treat of this kind. And while they are more colorful and the crumb perhaps packs a touch more flavor, I prefer the one from Zabar's. Now, if you'd rather sit this argument out, you can find other excellent cookies at the original Levan Bakery close by. It's almost time for an early lunch, so we're packing away that cookie for later and heading to the market. It's about 11:45 a.m. at this point, and we're walking down to the flagship location of the famed Fairway Market, a New York-based grocery chain with a stellar selection of reasonably priced, at least for New York, produce, protein, and gourmet pantry supplies. Those who know will push past the fruit and veggies and beyond the beer to find the elevator in the back of the store. They'll head to the second floor, walk through the folks at the self-checkout, and find themselves at the 74th Street Cafe, with an elevated view of... scaffolding. Ordinarily, Broadway and the Beacon Theater. I used to come here way back when with my Nana, and I'm happy to report that the Nana vibes are intact. The cafe has got your typical breakfast fare and a selection of burgers, but today we're getting the New York Deli pastrami sandwich. Now, by no means can this pastrami prevail over New York's greatest at Katz Deli downtown, but the meat here is well seasoned and tender and fully worth the $23.60 after tax and tip. Alright, time for a quick recap. So far, our total for today is $30.46, and we still have the whole afternoon and evening ahead of us. We're in good shape. So I mentioned earlier that today is a Wednesday, and that's important because our itinerary for the day includes some attractions that either occur or offer reduced admission on this particular day of the week. Our next stop is one of those attractions. But before we head in, if you like this video and want itineraries for other days, click on the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. There you'll find my full 7-day New York City itinerary. As in this video, you will find full days of dining, destinations, and deals for each day of the week, for $100 a day or less. Alright, back to our day. We now find ourselves 8 blocks south of Fairway at Alice Tully Hall, a concert hall inside the Juilliard School building at Lincoln Center. Juilliard, the world-renowned performing arts conservatory, showcases the world-class talents of its students and faculty with free daily performances, a highlight of which is the Wednesdays at 1 series, a rotating slate of performers including orchestra and chamber music ensembles taking the stage every Wednesday at, you got it, 1 p.m. If you have never attended a classical music concert, particularly one in such a lovely setting as this, now is your chance. Seating is available on a first-come basis, but you will assuredly be able to sit in whichever spot you desire. It's now about 2:15 as the performance lasted an hour, and we walked a few blocks east over to Central Park. Now, don't be a snob. It's okay to admit you're a bit sleepy following the show, so let's head into the park and get some coffee. This pit stop is at the iconic Tavern on the Green. No, not in the dining room, as the menu is far too pricey for our pockets today. However, if you walk around the main entrance and past the courtyard on your right, you'll find the Tavern to Go window, serving a selection of sandwiches, snacks, alcoholic beverages, and thankfully for us, coffee. Take your coffee with you as you meander your way east through the park, and perhaps snack on that black and white cookie you saved from earlier. We have about an hour until our next stop, so we can take our time to see a few landmarks. There's Bethesda Fountain and its gorgeous terrace, and the Central Park Mall with its bronze statues of literary figures. Unfortunately, it's undergoing some repaving today, but will hopefully be open for you. It's now 3:30 p.m. and we've exited Central Park at East 72nd Street and walked south 2 blocks to what is one of the very best museums in New York City. This is the Frick Collection, a stunning Gilded Age mansion containing the art collection of American industrialist Henry Clay Frick. It's got a ton of incredible 14th and 19th century European paintings, sculptures, and decorative arts. Filming of any kind is not allowed inside the galleries and is only permissible in the lobby and the beautiful garden court area. So I took some video of some postcards available at the gift shop. Ordinarily, admission is a rather expensive $30 per adult, but every Wednesday from 1:30 to 5:30 p.m., admission is pay what you wish. Today we paid $5. There is a walk-up standby line, but I definitely advise you reserve your timed entry a day or two in advance or as early as you are able on the Frick website. We're spending about an hour here today, so we won't have time to wait online for the special rotating exhibition. But we're definitely stopping in to see the Living Hall and the West Gallery, which is the best in my estimation, to view works by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and my new favorite, Van Dyck. 4:30 p.m. We've said farewell to the Frick and stepped back into Central Park, entering again at 72nd Street at 5th Avenue. We walk north past the model boat pond, stopping to admire the Alice in Wonderland statue with its especially creepy Mad Hatter. It's an impressive sculpture, and if you've got kids, they're climbing all over this thing. We then step back onto 5th Avenue and walk past the front of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, on our way to the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, or just the reservoir to New Yorkers. You can also remain inside the park and walk north behind the Met Museum. We follow the path hugging the reservoir and take our first exit on our right. This puts us at 90th Street, just across from our next stop, the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum, the only museum in the United States dedicated solely to contemporary and historic design. It's a really fun museum with fantastic rotating exhibits and a welcoming courtyard which, unlike the one at the Frick, is open to the public. But like the Frick collection, this museum is also housed in a mansion, the former home of Andrew Carnegie. And look, more wisteria. The usual cost of admission is $22, but you can pay what you wish from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily, so that's another $5 for us, and no advance reservation is required. I was fortunate, or unlucky depending on how one considers it, to have access to several rooms on the first floor where a prior exhibit had just been taken down. I enjoyed the quiet moments and the friendly banter with the security guard who had nothing to guard. The other exhibitions currently on view are a stellar show on the impact of design on our experience in music called The Art of Noise. And a gallery featuring enormous prints of industrial photography. There is also an insanely cool listening room. Dinner time. It's approaching 6:30 p.m. and we've walked from Cooper Hewitt down to Heidelberg Restaurant, a family-owned German eatery established in 1936 that continues to serve authentic Bavarian fare. Think schnitzel, brats, and beer. It's a remnant of a once thriving German enclave that gave way to mid-century post-war development and gentrification. I love this place. I ordered what was advertised as a supremely well-balanced hoppy lager, which tasted like a German lager. I also ordered 2 sausages, which come with a side of sauerkraut and wonderfully chilled and vinegary potato salad. I got the Weisswurst, veal sausage with marjoram and other herbs, and while I was initially worried about the overwhelmingly pale presentation on my plate, the concern quickly yielded to the phenomenally tasty bite of perfectly cooked sausage paired with warm sauerkraut, tangy potatoes, and a slightly sweet mustard. With tax and tip, dinner was $44.79. And that's our day. I think pretty close to perfect. And here's the recap. Under budget with a total of $88.79 for the whole day. That leaves a little wiggle room to add an extra cup of coffee, another snack if you want to do a little black and white cookie head to head. You might even be able to squeeze another alcoholic beverage out of it. There is a cool bar across the street from Heidelberg that might fit the bill. Maybe we'll visit in a future video. But until then, don't forget to click on the link below, scan the QR code, and check out the full 7-day itinerary for New York City. See you next time on Dayfaring NYC.